Hey, it's your girl, the Mortgage Sidekick here, bringing you some information about Chapter 7 bankruptcy. So, a lot of times people need to file bankruptcy, but they don't have the money. And even though some companies offer you zero down and good monthly payments that you could pay back, but technically that's hard too, because if you file in a bankruptcy, that means like you don't have the money to make your payments on the bills that you do have. So this is the basic chapter 7. It's not for homes and it's not for cars, because you have to have a certain type of payment to keep your car. If you file your car in the chapter 7, it will be taken from you. And then with a home, you have to pay back your arrears. Even though the bankruptcy, I believe that the bankruptcy will put your, a Chapter 7 and a 13, will put your home in the arrears, and that will have to be worked out like on a payment plan too. However, if you don't own a home, if you don't own a car, or the car that you make your monthly payments on, also, if you put on the bankruptcy petition that you own a car and you own it outright, you do have to sell it to pay off some debts. But if you don't put it on there, then hey, that's on you and your conscience. But I'm just speaking of the basic bankruptcy that you file for yourself. So you could get a bankruptcy petition, you could download it, or you could go to like Office Max, because I used to do them back in the day for people, and I got them from home. I mean, not Home Depot, Office Max. And what's that other office something? But that's where I got them from. But now you could download them, or you could just go to your county courthouse and pick up like some copies. Not the, yeah, go to your county and you could pick up, you know, some bankruptcy papers, because, and make sure you go to your county that's in your district, because even though bankruptcy is federal, it's across all states, you still have to go within your district to file, unless you basically in another state, but you live and you doing something, working or whatever. But and let's get to it. So, you cannot file student loans, no matter which way you put it, unless they passed a law that I'm not aware of. But you can't file student loans, you can't file tax lien, and you can't file child support. You can't file alimony, because the government feels that those things you owe, those things you pay, right? So, medical bills, things like that, credit cards, whatever, not student loans, installment loans, even if you have a car and you want to give it back, you can file it and get it, like just erase, because, like some people try to make you feel ashamed to say, oh, you just trifling, you lazy, you don't want to pay your bills, so you file in a Chapter 7. Never feel like that, because sometimes you could be losing everything and have no way out, and these creditors sweating you like crazy, and you need help. You need a fresh start, and sometimes a fresh start is a bankruptcy. So it's crazy how the people that's always saying, you lazy, you won't pay your creditors, this and that, was, I believe, the main people who bankruptcy was created for, because I don't think we knew a lot about bankruptcy back in the day, like at least back in my old days. So, what you would do is, it's a lot of information because the packet is extremely big. But what you would do for a lot of things that do not apply for you is so simple. Just put NA. Just put NA. And a lot of things that you have to pay, you put the amount. So it's extremely important that you know every creditor that you owe. Don't just pull your credit report and go off of that. Use that, and like some things don't be listed on your credit report, like payday loans, stuff like that. Make sure you list every creditor. Again, you can't file student loans, tax liens, child support, alimony, stuff like that. So, but you can file everything else. You could file, like I said, installment loans, credit loans, whatever the case may be. And you need to be, for me, I believe you need to be at least 10,000, 7,000, at least over 10,000 in debt, right? Because a lot of people want to file a Chapter 7 over like anything. And then that's why they changed the rules about the length of time that you can file a Chapter 7 and a 13, because back in the day you could file it like, oh, I filed bankruptcy, I'm going to file it again next year, and I'm going to file it again next year. And some people were abusing the system as to the fact of filing every year. So the government changed the rules about the length of time that you could file. So you have to wait for that length. Comment and share this for, like, because people need information, whether you need to file bankruptcy or not. I guarantee there's someone in your community, someone that watches your page or anything like that, that does need to know this. And so then the package that you will receive is gonna have a lot of questions that's confusing. But I'm telling you, all of those things, you don't have to know the knowledge, and you don't have to answer. If you don't know, you put NA. The most important things that's on that is your address, social security number, your creditors, your income. So those are the most important things that you need to have and need to know in your bankruptcy. Again, if you own a home, I'm gonna go over that tax lien, a mechanic. It's called a mechanic lien. I'm gonna go over that, not in this video, but in the next video. But if you own a home, you still have to pay that payment. If you want to keep paying that payment, you have to not list that home in the bankruptcy if you are still able to make your monthly mortgage payments but can't make the rest of your payments. You cannot list your home in a Chapter 7. If you had a home that was foreclosed on and you lost a home, you could list that. You can list that in your Chapter 7. And so, again, the packet is extremely easy to fill out, even though it's thick as ever and going to have a lot of questions. Don't worry about those questions. Don't worry about something that you don't understand, because at the end of the package, you are the proceed. The proceed means the person that's filing, whether you're a lawyer or not a lawyer. So just fill out the basic information, put you as the proceed because you are acting on your behalf, and then go and file it. I forget how much it costs to file it, but if you put how much, I would look it up and tell me what state. The state doesn't matter because bankruptcy is federal. But I know this is kind of like, well, you didn't really give us details, but I did technically. I just hope this helped. It's just the basic information so that you can know that you can file and do not